A couple months ago, I made a video booking the perfect WrestleMania 39 match card, but a lot has changed since then. Cody Rhodes and Rhea Ripley won the Rumble, The Rock and Stone Cold aren't coming back, so with WrestleMania looking a little bit more clear, let's book a new perfect card, but this time, let's make it even more perfect. Gunther has become one of the best IC champions of all time. The title has become extremely prestigious and he's been able to elevate the title. It's evident that he's going to be a massive star for the future of the company. Therefore, he needs to have a big and important WrestleMania match for that title, and the current rumor is that he's going to defend it against Sheamus and Drew McIntyre. I absolutely love that idea. I want it to come true. This match could easily become the match of the year because each of those men put on consistent bangers on a weekly basis. A showdown at WrestleMania would be lovely and it needs to happen. Finn Balor and Edge have been feuding for almost a year now, ever since Balor kicked him out of the group and took his role in the Judgment Day. It still makes no kayfabe sense why he did that, but I guess he did it because why not? Why would you not just work together and only become stronger? I don't get it. Regardless, the rumor was that these two were going to have a Hell in a Cell match at the Royal Rumble, but that did not happen. They both entered the Royal Rumble match and eventually ended up costing each other the match. With all that being said, the Hell in a Cell match should happen at WrestleMania 39. I even saw people talking about seeing the Demon return against Brood Edge, and that is an idea that I can get behind, so let's make it happen, Hunter. Rhea Ripley won the Women's Royal Rumble match and already announced that she's going to challenge Charlotte Flair for the SmackDown Women's Championship. This was a curveball since many people expected Rhea Ripley versus Bianca Belair. However, this is still a good idea because as we've seen in the past, Ripley and Flair have a lot of chemistry with one another. We're guaranteed to have a good match between these two people. It'll also finish the story of Rhea Ripley finally getting her revenge after that WrestleMania loss during the beginning of the pandemic era. Ripley lost to Flair and was never kind of the same. Many fans were unhappy with the decision, stating that it ruined Rhea, but Triple H ensured that she would get her revenge. Seems like it's finally happening with them fully in control of the creative team, and now that is some nice long-term storytelling. Originally, I wanted John Cena to have a match with Logan Paul since I thought the two could have generated a lot of new eyes to the product. However, it seems like WWE have different plans for Logan Paul, and we'll get into that later. That means, though, that we're probably going to get Austin Theory versus John Cena for the United States Championship, and this is probably the better idea because Theory has been looking like a huge star, and they've been treating him as such, and they should do so by giving him a big match at WrestleMania. It's starting to look like that failed Money Then Cash In wasn't a bad idea after all because Theory has rejuvenated his character. He's got so much attitude and feels like a true star. I saw Sean Ross Sapp talk about how he should lose this match and obsess over the loss while Cena isn't even there, only to eventually get a win, and that could be a nice storyline that I want to see pan out. So let's make it happen, Hunter. Bray Wyatt's match at the Royal Rumble wasn't something I enjoyed. However, there were a good amount of people who did like it, and because of that, I think it's important to finish this storyline up. It seems like we're going to get Bray Wyatt versus Uncle Howdy at WrestleMania, and I hope it turns out good. I'm sure Alexa Bliss will also be involved in some capacity, so it will be interesting to see how this one plays out. As for LA Knight, we need him to be as far away as possible from Bray Wyatt. Knight proved that he is one of the most valuable assets WWE has, and that Mountain Dew Pitch Black match did no justice or no favors for him. Instead, for WrestleMania, he should have a program with AJ Styles where he picks up a victory over the Legend. A win of that magnitude would be great for LA Knight, but the only problem is that we don't know exactly how long AJ will be out until he does come back after suffering that injury. He has confirmed that's a broken ankle, but it doesn't require surgery, which is good news. If he is available, this is the match for him at WrestleMania. Since Rhea Ripley is scheduled to wrestle against Charlotte Flair, Bianca Belair is going to need a different opponent, and we don't need to see Becky Lynch or Bayley have another shot at her and that championship. We've got to move on from that, and Asuka is the perfect opponent for her, especially since she's got her old gimmick from Japan. It added a new twist to her character, and I loved for this to take place. I personally want to see Bianca Belair retain and see a double turn between both ladies. It's time for Belair to play a villain because she's been a babyface for too long. WWE has been building up this feud since SummerSlam when Dominic turned on his father, and it's been a really fun story, but I think it's got to come to an end at WrestleMania with Dom defeating his father. It would be a great match that Rey Mysterio would never forget. Logan Paul eliminated Seth Rollins from the Royal Rumble, which essentially is WWE planting the seeds for the match to take place at WrestleMania. I think it's the right move for both men. A rematch with Cody Rhodes doesn't really do too much for Seth Rollins, and a match against John Cena may seem too early for Logan Paul, especially because John Cena has been taking a lot of losses, and like I said, with this booking, Cena would beat Austin Theory. Instead, I think that Logan Paul and Seth Rollins can put on a banger of a match, and Rollins can finally get an important win at a pay-per-view because the man's been eating a lot of losses as well. Gotta give him some wins, please, WWE. I know that Becky Lynch is currently in a feud with Bayley that will most likely conclude at WrestleMania. However, I don't really care about that feud too much. I think the WWE should really pull the trigger on this match before it's too late. If there's one person that can bring the best out of Ronda Rousey, I think it's Becky Lynch, and because of that, I think she should have this match with her. Brock Lesnar versus Bobby Lashley is basically confirmed for WrestleMania 39 at this point after what happened at the Royal Rumble. As you know, Brock Lesnar came in, he got eliminated, and then went berserk, and those two are going to have a match sometime at WrestleMania. I think it should be a no-holds-barred match, and I also want to see pure chaos with these two. I just want them to destroy one another and just use every weapon possible, go through a lot of different tables. I don't even care who wins. I just want to see a war. I don't care if they both end up knocked out or whatever, you know? The main event of the first night should be Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens dethroning the Usos to become the new undisputed tag team champions. I would love to see Sami Zayn beat Roman Reigns, but it's looking like this is a better idea because it won't convolute the match with Roman Reigns and Cody Rhodes, and we get a great payoff between these four people. I expect to see Jey Uso screw Sami Zayn at the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, and that will lead to this match. Kevin Owens will then most likely return to save his friend, and they will reunite in Canada to a loud pop. The people will go crazy, and then later at WrestleMania they will become the tag team champions, and I think they will be great champions for the WWE. And the main event of WrestleMania 39 is already confirmed. It is going to be Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. It's the match that many wanted to see. I think this is a perfect main event. It's also the perfect person to dethrone Roman Reigns and enter a new era, because honestly, the last 3 years have been the era of Roman Reigns, and it's time to move on from that and have someone else take the throne. And I think Cody Rhodes is the right person. And it's really awesome that we don't even need The Rock, because I'm excited. Like, yes, at first I wanted The Rock, but at this point with this card, I think this is a strong enough card that you don't need a Rock, you don't need a Stone Cold Steve Austin. This is pretty much all the current roster they have, plus John Cena is the only part-timer, so that would be impressive for Triple H to book a card like this without any legends like that. Anyways, let me know what you think of this card in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.